yesterday. I really enjoyed it. It was
Oh,
interesting. Great characters. I love a movie with with interesting characters. I'm sure the actors do too.
absolutely.
Yeah, it's like
Definitely
one.
definitely a wacky one.
Yeah, no, it was a good story and really drew you. I have to tell you, at the beginning I wasn't crazy about it because I'm not like a big fan of mobsters and stuff, and I thought,
Okay.
is this gonna be? But then it got better, and then I was
Oh,
like,
cool.
not better, not judgmentally. I'm not being
No,
judgy
no,
here. Just saying, it drew me in.
that's great. Yeah, it's definitely well, yeah, I know we'll jump into it, but
Yeah,
it's
let me go ahead and record us here.
cool.
Don't want to
Cool.
miss all this.
Amazing.
All right, so yeah, I was just telling you, I really enjoyed the movie, and I don't always enjoy indie movies because I never know what I'm going to get.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've been to lots of festivals and things and seen
Yeah.
indie movies, and I tend to get the horror ones for some reason. I'm just like, no, I don't want to see this.
It's-
But this was really interesting, and like I said, good characters and everything. I enjoyed it a lot.
Thank you so much again for taking the time to watch it and then to speak with us.
Oh yeah, and it was interesting because Eve Connolly was like, let's be fair, she was most of the movie. Most of it was about her, and she was amazing. I
Yeah.
mean, y'all were good, but she
Yeah.
was just. And has she ever starred in a movie before?
She has, but we were asking a lot of her and the entire, this ensemble cast. It was a lot of very physical storytelling, and Calum had to lay on that road, for days on end and that wasn't a road that was blocked off.
Oh no.
We had
Yeah.
construction vehicles rolling past, and Kalen would have to roll over to the side into the grass, and then he would roll back, and he had blood for continuity. And so everyone really had, it was a very physical effort. Eve had that physicality with the thread, and Calum had it with literally embodying someone who's been in this drug deal gone wrong for an entire movie. So it was very taxing.
Well, Caleb, you're really good at showing everything with your eyes. I mean, you didn't have a ton of dialogue, but we could tell by your eyes and your face what you were thinking and how you're feeling. That was awesome.
That's all Freddie. Freddie's just and Sebastian as well, the cinematographer and DOP on the project. They were both so good at capturing moments. And I know that's a given, but it is very rare for people for filmmakers to actually truly capture what's going on with just a look. And it's a collab, and those kinds of moments are collaborations between the actor and the filmmakers as well. And these guys are the masters of that. So it was easy because I had these guys making it happen.
And Freddie, this is your first full-length feature film as a director, right? And you're also writer and producer.
Yeah, I mean, so my dad and I co-write, I direct, and he produces, and I also edit. So there's too many hats going on.
I was gonna ask you about that. You had a lot of hats. So was there a lot of pressure in wearing all those hats?
There was a lot of pressure. Thankfully, the cast was so incredibly kind, and I'd work with Calum on my AFI thesis film and Kay Callan, so I knew they were going to nail it. Everyone else completely delivered. Um, I was very nervous making my first feature because I was 21 years old when we were on set. And this process takes so long. I'm 24 now, and I feel like I've grown up with this movie. But I've learned so much, and I was just always hoping that this incredible group of actors and our crew would um, take the chance on believing in me and also bringing all that they have to this wacky vision. And thankfully, both of those things happened, and I was very, very grateful.
Yeah, I laugh because I thought you were gonna say I feel like I'm 30 now.
I do, I do.
So, how did you and your dad come up with the idea for the movie? And tell us about the writing process and how that worked out with your dad.
Yeah, so it's a long story. I'll try to keep it short, but basically the feature film is based on a short film of the same name, which was my application to film school, and
Oh, okay.
specifically for AFI, which at the time I had read was no the number one film school. So I was like, I gotta shoot high. I want to try to go to AFI, and their prompt was to tell a story in 5 minutes about a change of heart with no dialogue.
Hmm.
And so my dad and I started brainstorming a concept. of what could fulfill that. And we had started our collaboration way early on because he's taught me stop motion animation when I was 9 years old.
Oh, wow.
We love collaborating and we've been writing stuff since I was a kid. Um, but we were very much inspired by the work of the Coen brothers, and No Country for Old Men is one of our favorite films. And we wanted to take that premise of coming upon a drug deal gone bad and spin it on its head with a character we had never seen before in that setup. And so we very quickly came up with a seamstress and loved everything that comes with a seamstress in terms of her thread and that contrast with the guns and this kind of gritty drug deal. And we also love Rube Goldberg contraptions because we have a stop motion background. So it all came together pretty quickly. And we shot the short film on one day in the Alps, which is essentially the inciting incident of the feature film when she comes upon the drug deal and she does that first scheme. And we didn't think much of it. We sent it out to all the schools and blasted it out to everyone we knew. And it actually ended up in the hands of Joel Coen, who
Oh, wow.
inspired the film in the first place. And he was, like I said, is my biggest hero. And he said he wanted to meet for coffee. And my dad and I were just like absolutely terrified because we thought he was going to sue us or something. But he was very, very kind, and he's the most humble guy. He was just,
Yeah.
sitting in the coffee shop. He's won, I believe, like 4 Academy Awards, and he's just sitting in a Brentwood coffee shop with his notepad.
You
And
said he brought them though, right? He brought all four to
yeah,
the
he brought
meeting?
all four.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I wish I would have been freaking out touching all those papers, but he was the nicest guy, and he was like, "You guys should turn this into a feature. Do it the blood simple method. Go to your dentist, anyone you know, and try to raise the money, and maintain creative control." And so that's what we did, and we really took Joel's advice to heart and making this come to life. I'm sorry again for the long-winded answer.
No, no, that's interesting. It's very interesting. There's so many things about the film I want to tell you. I like that. I love the car. The car was awesome.
Cool. Cool. That car my mom found in a Swiss garage, and because we were living in Switzerland at the time, and in Switzerland, I guess they don't care as much about privacy laws because my mom just asked the mechanic, "Can we have the number of the person who owns this gorgeous, Fiat 500?" And the mechanic was like, "Oh yeah, sure." And we got the woman's number, and she was so kind to let us use the car not only for the short film but also the feature, which took, over a month to shoot.
Right. Yeah, no, that was the other thing. I didn't look it up any at all until I like to watch it first, and then if I have questions, look it up. And I thought this has a European feel to it, but I don't think it's a European film. And then I looked up and saw that it was part Swiss. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But
Oh,
it's
cool.
nice that except for the cell phones, I think it could have taken place any time too. It was kind of timeless that way.
Yeah, we love that retro aesthetic, and we also liked bringing this ensemble cast to Switzerland, and to create this fictitious heightened world there.
Right.
And Switzerland is a very international place, but
Right.
I love the idea of bringing Calum all the way to from, from LA to Switzerland. And Calum, you had to drive up to San Francisco to get your like fingerprint scanned to shoot in Switzerland. Like, what did you have
Oh,
to do?
that's right. Yeah. Yeah, I had to get a work visa to work in Switzerland. And I think because of the timing on everything, I think I was like doing press, so I couldn't go on certain days or couldn't go to the embassy here. And there was only one day I could go, but the office here was closed, so I had to go to San Francisco. And
Oh,
Kate
wow.
Callan also had to go. But I for some reason was like filming late or something or like doing press and couldn't get a flight, so I had to drive. So I just drove through the night. I remember I think I was on the phone with you or maybe Fred, and I was like, I think I have to go right now to make it. And I just got in the car and drove, and I met with Kay in San Francisco. We actually had a lovely day. We went to the pier. It was
Oh,
wonderful.
did you eat a lot of chocolate when you were there?
In Switzerland, yeah, I ate all the There's now a chocolate shortage because of me.
That's right. That's right. So, when you did this short, was there ever a feeling that when I know you weren't thinking that you were going to make it into a feature, but was there a possibility that you would use the original actors, or you just always wanted to get different actors?
I just remember shooting the short and crying driving home because I was like, this is this is not going to be seen by anyone. I'm not going to get into
No.
any college with this. This is not going to work because I just didn't think that we had the material. But once I cut it, I was like, okay, this works as a, let's hope my math grades and whatever will get me in somewhere. But yeah, I really had no clue that it would be a feature, and it took a long time to realize, even once Joel gave us that advice, it took over
Right.
2 years to write the script. Um, but because I met Calum, on my AFI thesis film, and we had such a great working relationship, and Kay Callan as well was also in that film. I just knew I had to write them both into this feature because they're just phenomenal actors, and were kind enough to take a chance on me when I was very young at the time. So I really appreciated you, Calum, driving to San Francisco, for example, to be in this independent film.
Oh no, I'll drive to New Mexico from LA if you want me to next one. I'll do whatever. It's so rare to see filmmakers with such a fresh new vision
Mhm.
of cinema. It's a lot of filmmakers. It feels sometimes like it's another version of films you've seen before, and a lot of scripts you read and when I get sent various films that other people have done when they're looking at doing a project together, it sometimes feels like a watered down version of something I've seen before. When I saw Freddie's original So Torn Short, it was so innovative and so fresh. It felt both nostalgic, but it also felt very like new wave. It felt European. It felt very North American. It felt this very there was so many influences I didn't know who he was a fan of because it felt so original and fresh. And I just was like, this is a new amazing filmmaker. And that's such a rare thing to see. That it's we get them every 5 years. Someone pops up, and this is it. So we got to wait another 5 years for the next one because this is he's about to take
Well,
over.
I look forward to seeing more from you, Freddie. I think you
Oh,
probably have a very bright future ahead. Just
thank you very
judging on
much.
the one movie, but yeah,
Oh,
he's great. He's right.
hopefully I'm lucky enough to make another one. We'll see.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
all right. I'm rooting for you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna just close.